Tim Turner, head football coach at the Champaign High School.
And we're here to talk the 12 plays of Christmas. Today is...
Before we get to that, Coach, we cannot forget the introductions. We always leave my man out.
David Freese.
I mean, like, if he's going to be here so permanent on the stage, we've got to introduce him every time.
Especially since he paid the price of his arms and his trophy. All right. Coach Allball, Coach Turner, and David Freese. My man. Hey, we're here with you. Again, we're just going to cut it off at the pass. The heck with the camera problems. Oh, we can't even look at that. I should move that camera altogether.
Okay, we're
Our
here.
Camera's here.
Gotcha.
Our camera's here. You got to look here. Ignore that camera. And
really
remind me to ignore that camera.
Gotcha.
But we're here talking the 12 plays of Christmas. This is the 12 plays of Christmas countdown to the launch of our online clinic 2019. And I'm pumped to launch. In fact, you and I are leaving in about, well, right after this show.
To go get to tape one.
To go videotape one, man. We said tape. It's a little outdated.
No, I'm a little outdated. I can't lie. I'm still videotaping and VCR and things. So
we're gonna go record one. We're heading to Oakwood. Our good friend Al Craig, of course, you know him from here on this channel.
We're not going to Oakwood, Coach. We're going to Fithian, Illinois.
Okay, we're going to Fithian.
Fithian. I learned that from Coach.
Oakwood High School, man. Today is the 6th play of Christmas. As we said, it's a countdown to Live Clinic. If you want to get on Live Clinic, join us. We get probably... I'm not going to lie, myself, you, Coach Craig would vouch for it. We probably get 75% of our off-season information from the online clinic.
Yeah, absolutely.
Would you agree?
Absolutely. Especially, for me, it's been a lot of the program development.
Yeah.
We talk about the X's and O's stuff that's on there, but there's so much good content where it relates to program development that, again, guys, if you sign up now, you'll get last year's content for the next 4 days, next week or so, and it's worth it.
For me, it's definitely scheme stuff. I steal some program stuff, but I steal a lot of scheme stuff. My entire screen game this year came from the online clinic.
Right.
We had like 7 presentations on screen game last year. Also, defensively, stole the heck out of Nick Pelham's stuff.
Yeah, we stole a lot of that.
I stole a lot of. Then I stole some. Boy, I could just go. Okay, I stole a lot. I'm telling you, it might even be a higher percentage for me. The amount of my off-season information that comes from the online clinic is really high. Hey, we got a couple guys watching. Please check in. Did our boot? Oh, I was gonna say, if even this bootleg camera is gonna freeze,
right?
I'm really lost.
I think we're okay so far, though.
Hey, check in with us. We got some coaches here. Check in with us. Let us know where you're from. We'd love to talk some ball with you. Do you run rocket or jet? What's your, maybe you don't run either. What's your horizontal stretch play? I'd be curious to know. Our horizontal stretch was bubble screen this year.
Yeah.
It was, which, it's been rocket. I'm a rocket guy, but right. I went 8-man football and I had no wing T. So, sure, I could have run rocket out of some other stubs or jet, but our true horizontal stretch was bubble screen. How about you? What's your true horizontal stretch?
Our true horizontal stretch was rocket. Although, I dabbled with jet just a little bit, and we even dabbled with bubble. But, I'm talking about this much.
Like one time
I threw it one time. and after looking through it a few more times and evaluating some film, it was open. Yeah. It was there. We just blocked it wrong that particular time, right? But I got nervous.
It makes you go away.
I got nervous and didn't run it again. So,
well, back in 2015 at Central, we were coached together at Central. A lot of you guys may know that. We spent a lot of time studying, film. We were studying Oregon's offense at the time. We were saying, what was Oregon doing? At the time, they were scoring, had scored over the past decade, probably more than anybody else. And we want to look at and say, what were they doing that we could do out of our wing T?
Right.
And one of the things, there were several things. I'd be happy to go through that at some point in time. But one of the main things we discovered is that they were absolutely stretching the field horizontally and vertically, and they were stretching the field in those 2 directions for 4 quarters, right? Not just the first quarter, 4 quarters long. They're stretching horizontally and vertically. So now their horizontal stretch, they would run some outside stretch, right? Some stretch, some outside zone.
Right.
They also threw a lot of bubble. Okay, so we knew that we could stretch the field horizontally, and that was rocket for us.
Right.
So here we are in 2015 when we made a concerted effort to improve upon rocket. Okay, now, again, I was talking about when I was talking about the screen game, there's about what are you going to practice? And for us, we spent, I don't know if you remember this, well, you were coaching defense that year.
So
I mean, we repped Rocket every day.
Right.
We repped the edge blocking a Rocket daily, and it helped our Rocket play. Now, what else helped was we had 2 really good wingbacks.
That always helps.
That's going to help Rocket,
that always
too.
helps, yeah.
Okay, but one of the things that's different, let's just jump in the film. You ready to jump in the film?
Let's do it.
So this is probably fairly similar to the way you run things now.
It is.
But we wanted to bring this guy out. Here we are. Look at this. We're X over. So here's our X, and here he is on the same side as our Y. Okay? And this is ideal for us. Again, we're kind of a deadly team here. We got a 3-headed monster in the backfield. What are you going to take away? We're going to bring this X, and we're going to come down and crack block right here. And if you don't put a 9 tech also on our Y, well, then the odds are we're going to get not only our wing outside of that crack block, but our tight end too.
Right.
We're going to get 2 guys outside of that crack block. And sure enough, there we are. We get 2 guys out there. In fact, our wing back reverses back because he sees his tight end has picked that man up, reverses back to the inside linebacker.
I think it's worth noting, Coach, that one of the things that really helped that play was that for the prior 2 weeks, we had really had some success with belly, right? We had really popped things up the middle, and so this team, what they saw most of was belly. So they were responding heavily to our dive back, going in there for belly. So when that stretch was happening, a lot of times they weren't prepared for it.
Well, and that's why so again, here they are. They bring this guy down. They're angling him in. He's in like an angled 5. He's almost going into B gap, but they're just sitting ducks for anything, especially out of X over here at our Rocket. And sure enough, I think we're going to get a crack block again, and we're going to get not only our wing, but our tight end too outside of that crack block. Look at that. Now we've got 2 lead blockers out there, and we pick them both up. And there's our big man gone. Okay, now that's a heck of a running back, too.
Yeah.
Here's some hustle, too. Look at that little guard getting out front. That's our backside guard. Cross court, as the Wing T family says it. Cross court, out front to lead.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome, huh? All right, let's go to the next Rocket. Now, I want to show this one just because now we're in the quarterfinals. Right? That was last one was first round of the playoffs. We won another game after that. Now we're in the quarterfinals. And a big crowd against the number 1 defense in the state at that time, right? You never know who's really number 1.
They were pretty good, that's for sure.
They were very, very good. You can't see that one real well, but this is an 8-yard gain on Rocket, which we then followed up with our favorite play-action pass-off Rocket, right? Just make them fear it a little bit. Here we come. Oh, I had one more Rocket in here somewhere. Here it is. Now we're coming Rocket into the boundary. We could probably see it a little bit better. Sure enough, here we are, X over. Now, you guys are unbalanced all the time.
Right.
By default, tackle over.
Yep,
we're X over here, but we just love getting guys. Now, they leave a 9 out. Okay, so look what our tight end. Our tight end, they leave a 9 technique, which I think you got to do. So they leave a 9 tech here, right outside of our tight end.
Right.
So our tight end can't get out. But I want you to notice, or our guys at home to notice, he is releasing laterally. He knows if this guy doesn't attack my outside shoulder, shoot, I'll get outside of our X if I can.
Yeah.
So I'm going to wait and see. I'm going to attack laterally, as we call it, race. We're going to race to the sideline, okay? And then fight through his outside shoulder. Look how good. I mean, our tight end that year was very, very good.
But, Coach, you cannot let this play roll without pointing out that crack block.
That crack block's money, isn't
That
it?
crack
Boom.
block is vicious, baby.
I'm pretty sure that'd get called illegal now, depending on the officials.
Well, I don't know.
It's blindside block. They changed the rule right after this year.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, you're right.
Is that an NFHS rule now, that crack block? Boy, that was money.
That was a great block.
Look at that. Look at our wing back. He arcs, just drives the corner out.
Take him where he wants to go.
Yeah, exactly. Let your good running back behind him. Now, I just threw this one in here to show a little wrinkle. We would, at times, just throw an extra guy over there. So we always took our fullback away from Rocket because we knew how many teams were keying our fullback. So then all of a sudden, and did it almost every time in like a big 3rd and 4 or a big 4th and 4 where we had to have it. We called it Grizzly. Okay, and we would just take our B back, and he would then move over and almost stack himself on the wing, and then just run Rocket the exact same way. And so everything else is the same. We're just getting one extra guy.
Right, with a better angle.
And sure enough, look, he picks up that key block right there in the safety, You can see it was 4th and 4. Remember I just said on 3rd and 4 or 4th and 4, we'd go Grizzly Rocket.
4th and 4, Grizzly.
4th and 4, we're going Grizzly. Look at that key block. One more time. Watch how the fullback picks up. That safety right here who would have hurt the play.
Yep.
That fullback picks him up. Just a nice way to get the extra man.
Yeah. See, and we ran it this season. We ran it out of our unbalance, and we ran a lot of that. Well, we called it just be over, right?
Okay.
But that Grizzly, a ton, and it really got those guys to the edge a lot quicker and allowed those blocks to be those angles for my fullback to be a little bit better, because the fullback that we played with this season wasn't quite as athletic as the fullback we had prior, so we had to figure out ways to get him at better angles, and that was one of the ways we did it.
Well, here's a little quick jet out of the gun. We'll cover 2 jets. This one's out of the gun in 8-man football. This was the Illinois State champs in our inaugural year of 8-man football. I was impressed, I guess. Now, this kid they got coming in motion here is a superb athlete. I was impressed with how much mileage they got out of this jet sweep, not really having like a true edge blocker.
Right, nothing to seal the edge.
They just ran it at a nub tight end, and sure enough, they hurt a lot of teams with that.
Right.
Okay, now this is us, and we're in our first year playing football. Got a lot of pups out there, don't really understand how to set an edge. In fact, don't at all.
Right. Well, what game was this for you?
This was game 3, I think. This is game 3. Okay, but they got a lot of mileage out of this. Now, here comes this is picture perfect jet. Okay, Normal Community, one of the notorious best teams in our conference when we coached together at Central. You still get to play them from time to time. You didn't play them this year, right?
Didn't play them this year. Don't have them on our schedule next year either.
But they'll be back eventually. Oh, no districts then after that.
That's supposing.
Well, you may have missed your chance to knock off Normal Com.
Dang it.
Yeah, what a bummer. Watch this jet sweep here. They run it to their weak side. You can see this halfback is offset here and slightly in front of the quarterback. A good setup to run jet sweep. But watch how well they block it here at the edge with this tackle and this guard. Watch how well they block this, man. That tackle takes a lateral step and then squares up and takes our tackle. That halfback and the guard get out front. Boom, boom. Look how well they fit. Now they've got fantastic athletes back there too. That turns out that helps.
Yeah. It turns out that helps a lot in all 12 plays of Christmas.
Yeah, isn't that the truth? The 12th play of Christmas should be great players.
Great athletes, yes sir.
I mean, look at that jet sweep though. That is money.
It's a great job sealing that edge for sure.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah.
All right.
Good stuff.
So to throw it back at you coaches, what do you guys prefer? Rocket Jet? Are you under center team? What is your on camera? What is your horizontal stretch play? Ours was bubble.
Ours was rocket.
Rocket. What's yours? Let us know. How do you block the edge? Do you pull guards or not? Do you pull guards?
I did some, and there was a couple of times where we tried to sucker. So I pulled the guard away.
We're going to visit Al Craig.
Yeah.
He always pulled whole backside of his line pulled away on Rocket.
And that's where I got it.
It was tough as nails, man.
Yeah.
I know Tim Murphy out in California does that with his Rocket, his double wing system from the gun.
And I mean, if you're reading guards, that backer has to go. He has to go, and once he goes because he sees that guard, if you've got good enough dudes back there, there's no way he should be able to get.
Or if you're reading both guards and they do this, right? I mean, it just freezes you like they just split.
Yep.
All right, hey, we're heading out. We're going to see Al Craig. You guys check in with us. Chime in below. Hit us up on Twitter. Check out the online clinic. It's worth checking out.
It's worth it, fellas. We appreciate you joining us. See you next time.
Time to sign off.